Does look like this game is fairly well in. Just let us know when that's up on screen, Hacky, so I don't talk about nothing people can see. I'll assume that that was Hacky confirmation. We we are looking at a board with a rather interesting set of mono diamond troops versus diamond ruby. No sapphire in this game at all. And Highland Shinobi, Mystic Spirit Walker, Spiritcliff Cloud Knight facing down Angel of Dawn, Druze, and Scraptech Brawler. Angel of Dawn swings in here and gets taken out by a Repel, which leaves the board fairly closed off. Chadatog at 20 with 2 cards in hand, DaethStar at 14 with 2 cards in hand. Both players with fairly reasonable board states. Chadatog putting down a Druze, which pretty much instantly shifts this game over into something that looks to be in his favor. But
Well,
uses
it's not quite as good here though, because with the Shinobi in play, DaethStar can actually just use a shard and
to
use the
exhaust them.
effect.
Yes. And in addition to that, when we came into the stream, Mystic Spirit Walker had just attacked last turn and given itself the ability that the next time it takes damage, it won't take damage, and can now start giving other troops on the board that ability, which, if the Spearcliff Cloud Knight stays behind and gets, yeah, the Spearcliff Cloud Knight can now block one of those Drews, and no damage will go through. The entire damage source is prevented. So I believe that even means no life drain will happen.
Yes, if Chadatog would put the Dimmed power on there, it would be no life drain there. Do see DaethStar considering if he wants to do anything else here. I mean,
Also,
against
where a
Diamond Ruby,
Hex in chat letting us know that DaethStar is a fairly new player, so he's probably using cards. This he doesn't have access to all the cards. So that being said, I mean, what he's got here looks pretty cohesive. Like, there's not a bad card on his board.
yep, a lot of good quality troops, diminutive diamond, as we like to say sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of mid-rangey though with those Mystic Spirit Walkers. Although I would probably put those on the top end of a diminutive diamond deck. You have to wonder if the Noble Hearts or a Tianos is chilling in there. We see the Living Totem hit the board with enough resources open to give it flight, but that doesn't. It really just doesn't matter here. That Mystic Spirit Walker will have now given all three troops the uh, prevent damage
Mm-hmm.
trigger, I suppose.
Yeah, trigger ability.
Yeah.
So you swing in here. Now this time Chadatog does have resources, but it won't end up mattering because there's no cards left. And the totem's already been exhausted here because of good old Shinobi.
Yeah. Likely, Scraptech Brawler has to throw itself in front here just to try to prevent some damage.
This is going to be enough damage that Chadatog can no longer even choose to ready the Drew there. DaethStar still being a little bit conservative here.
It's kind of got to be. We have to find out. We find out now, really, if the last card in his hand is enough to win him the game, or not win him the game to stabilize. And it really isn't. The Scraptech Brawler will come onto the board. Its ability is irrelevant here, aside from allowing Chatterdog to use Living Totem's resources twice. So actually, I guess a steadfast no. Yeah, I think with those resources, you almost had to give Living Totem Steadfast and Swing, and then maybe use Life Drain if it gets through. Hard to tell because like I said, it's a really difficult spot to be in. Both of those troops are going to have to block here, and there's no effect if they do because the Mystic Spirit Walker's ability is just too strong here.
Right. Yeah, the Spirit Walkers pretty well locked this up at this point. The only thing I could think of maybe that would have mattered is if Chadatog would have played like a Judgment last turn, but obviously we didn't see that happen.
So we will see another swing here. And while Chad will hold on for one more turn, again, the Scrap Tech Brawler, I mean, that's all it's done is buy one more turn, right?
Yeah, that's all he's going to be able to do here. Excuse me. Yeah, Shinobi doing great work this game.
Yeah, well, Highland Shinobi, an infinitely better card than people give it credit for. I mean, it was exceptionally good here, kind of Luke Skywalkering those Drew's Colossal Walkers, swinging in underneath of them with the grenade, cutting
These are
the
the attackers
stormtroopers
you're
out.
looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, well, you want to swing with those, it'll cost you 8. 8 health. And at any point, if Chad had readied them, he would be in a much worse spot here. Again, another Scrap Tech Brawler off the top. This time, it doesn't even buy a turn. Spirit Cliff Cloud Knight is enough in the sky to finish off the game. Well, Living Totem could gain flight here.
Getting a bit bigger, has steadfast, giving life drain. But we'll just see damage prevention here coming up. Or apparently not.
See that damage charge power being used. And no charge, so
Yeah, so this time Chadatog does get his 2 blockers.
yeah,
Can't.
and it is enough to save the turn once again. Can't do anything here. Like, well, no, he can, because well, no, the life drain doesn't matter because yeah, Mystic Spirit Walker's throwing everything in this game off for me because I feel like the Living Totem looks really good here. Like, he still has 3 resources open. He can put life drain on it, but the life drain doesn't matter because all of the damage is being prevented by dual Mystic Spirit Walker triggers, and it just totally cuts down on it. So yeah, we see he put life drain onto the Living Totem there, and the damage being negated, like I said, prevents that life drain from going on. And as such, as long as Spearcliff Cloud Knight is there to block, specifically they're able to block because of its steadfast. Living Totem can't get through for life drain on its own either. Like it's just kind of like the perfect storm for Chattadog. Because if that Spearcliff Cloud Knight didn't have the trigger, I think he might be alive here.
I think he didn't he just gain the health? I mean, because he was at. I mean, am I misremembering that?
No, he blocked 2 Spirit Walkers. He was at 6. He took 3 and 2, and he went to 1.
Okay.
That being said, Living Totem
I mean,
swings through there.
he.
Not
Yeah,
only
because he.
was Living Totem allowed through on that swing, but now Solitary Exile comes out post combat and is going to get rid of the Highland Shinobi, and that's well, we see DaethStar putting all of his resources into the Living Totem. Yeah, it's interesting. That Solitary Exile post combat's. Wow, I'm so confused as to what's going on. I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's not blocking there.
He would just die to Swift Strike. Yeah.
Yeah, all these troops are Spirit Walkered for the people who are asking. I think, except maybe not Totem.
Yeah, the far right Living Totem is only not Spirit Walkered because the Spirit Walkers haven't swung while it was on the board. They will now. This is lethal.
Yeah, he won't be able to gain the health this time.
Like also where he was saying,
At least he shouldn't
DaethStar
have.
being a
Yeah.
slightly newer player might have just not realized that his Spear Cliff could have blocked safely there, or was trying to avoid getting blocked and burned. I guess. Hard to tell.
Yeah, probably just doesn't know the interaction.
Well, it might have been playing around burn. Playing around burn would explain why the Solitary Exile was post combat, so forth and so forth. There's a lot of stuff like that.
That's fair. Or Shatter Shield, that kind of thing. So we do see the double Mystic triggers this time.
Did he not put it on the totem?
The first one went on the totem, and then the second one went on the Mystic.
Okay. Well, that blocks up all of his troops with the Mystic's ability.
I believe it does, yeah.
When they have that damage prevention YHD, there you can right click on them and they have text. See, you can see it on the living totem. Like, thank you, DaethStar, for doing that literally as
Yep.
you need to.
Thank you 5 minutes ago. We appreciate it.
Well, guys, well to 32 beat, like also relevant. There are no stacks of Spirit Walker though.
That's true. There is no stacks. Once it's
You
once it's gone, it's just gone.
yeah. Well, I mean, it can theoretically stack. You get like 70 triggers of it if you want. The thing is, they all go away
That's fair. That's a better way of
at the same
describing
time.
it.
Yeah, no, Spirit Walker does not stack. Oh, yes, yes. Malicious Demon is correct if King Cobra is saying it the other way. They don't stack the way you in a beneficial way. It does stack, you've tried it. No, I mean, if it does stack, that's a bug.